Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Hope you all are looking forward to this trading week. In today's short educational video, we are going to be going over expanding formations. Before you go through this video, I do recommend you check out the previous one so you have more understanding of what I'm talking about and what I'm referring to in this video. Without further ado, let's get started. So what's the difference between a contracting and expanding formation? The main difference is that the following waves that you see in an expanding formation are going to be larger than the previous one. So looking at the triangle, wave C will be larger than wave B, wave D will be larger than wave C, and then wave E can or may not be larger than wave D. Wave E is not a big deal. It can be short or larger than the previous wave. That's not a big deal. But the main thing is that wave C and D will be larger than their previous waves, which makes this an expanding formation instead of a contracting formation. In terms of our expanding diagonal, it's the same thing where wave 3 will be larger than wave 1, wave 4 will be larger than wave 3, and then wave 5 can or may not be larger than the previous wave, which is wave 4. It doesn't matter, it can be larger or shorter. Wave 5 is not the main component of this formation, but the main thing is that in both scenarios the following waves will be larger than the previous ones. You will notice that expanding formations are a lot less common than contracting or normal formations, as you would call it. For this reason, I would recommend that you don't trade these formations. This is mainly because they appear a lot less common and often can be of less probability. In my experience, you will notice that these are a lot harder to trade. This is because you don't know where the wave will specifically end. For example, in our triangle scenario, wave E could end above the lower trend line. It could be a little bit below the lower trend line, known as a throwover. We don't know that. It could be halfway between the wave of C and D. We don't know, and let's not try to get confused in these opportunities because they are of low probability and not worth wasting or investing our time in. Even with the diagonal, stay out of these trading opportunities. Don't try to execute on them. Just have them marked. Use them as a guiding principle for the overall market structure. Don't execute on them. Instead, look at the market structure, see what it tells you, and see how you can benefit off of this structure in the future. Not necessarily now, but in the future. Now I will be showing you guys some real-time examples so you can have a better idea of how these form and how you can go about applying these into your own trading style. So first and foremost, we have US 30 or Dow Jones, whatever you want to call it, and this is the weekly time frame. You see that we have a wave A, B, which is longer than wave A, C, which is more sharper than wave B, D, which is a lot longer than wave C, and then wave E, which was an extremely sharp fall and that did throw over slightly from the lower trend line, and then after we formed wave E, we had a nice bullish run. This is a very clean example of an expanding triangle, and it shows you exactly how the waves form and how the market ends up moving after the pattern has successfully formed. For our next example, we're going to be switching over to AUD USD and looking at an expanding diagonal. We have wave 1, 2, which is A, B, C, wave 2, wave 3, longer than the previous wave, which was wave 2, wave 4, longer than the previous wave, which was wave 3, and then wave 5, which did not exactly touch the upper trend line but still did make a new high, which we then consider to be our final wave for the diagonal or expanding diagonal structure. Once again, this is a very clean example of an expanding diagonal, and it shows you how the waves form, what the waves look like, and how you can identify them. Just a quick reminder that these structures that I have just talked about don't happen very often, and once again, I would recommend that you stay out of trading or executing on these ideas just because it's hard to determine where the waves will end and how or where exactly you can enter. This was all for today's video. Hope you liked it. Hope you took something out of it. I know it's pretty fairly small, but this is mainly because these structures don't happen as often and we don't need to worry about them as much. But as always, it's good to know when they're happening. When you see something like this, it's good to know what to do and how to do it properly. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next educational video. Good luck in the current trading week, and thank you for watching.